we got our turbo. So with some precision, shoved a pole in there, got this clamped to just. So we got the first runner. They are all tucked up and looking, honestly, pretty good. It's coming along pretty sick. We're pretty much on. Right, if you've seen by the title, obviously we're on the Burnout car, but we got our turbo. Right, I don't actually know what turbo this is. I know the size, it's a 3582. Don't know what brand it is, don't know anything about it. All I know is it's 3582, it's basically brand new, and I lowballed some shit on Facebook Marketplace. I got it for like 180 or something. It's brand new. It's decently sized, which is interesting, but should be right. It's got all the AN fittings, other than that one, but we can change this in the future. And it was cheap, brand new fittings, gonna do what we need to do. And if we ignore this and go all the way to the garage, in here, the messy garage, other than the beautiful polish wheel we did last video, piping kit with a merge collector, flange. So we're going to be making custom turbo manifold. I'm going to be TIG welding this, most of it. I may end up MIG welding the inside of here because my TIG welding skills aren't that great and I don't want it to leak because I don't know if I'm going to be able to like and TIG weld that, and I don't want it to leak. So this may be MIG welded on the inside. The outside I'm going to try TIG weld. It's bloody Good Friday, nothing's open. I can't get any steel filler rods, so I'm going to try to tack it together without filler. Should be able to, you can. And then go from there. But if we come out to the car, I'm going to show you basically, I don't even know where we're going to mock up the turbo and then start running some turbo manifold. By the way, I've never made a turbo manifold before, or headers. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to be a bit of fun. I've wanted to do this for many years. Never got around to it, and there I am. So, 1 second. If you've seen any of the last videos, obviously, there's a lot changed in here. Whole head's built, stage 5 cam, head gasket, ARP head studs, valve spring, double valve springs, basically everything in the head, brand new. Valve seats, everything. Valves, yep. The whole head's brand new. Obviously painted it. They got fuel rail, 550 fuels, 550cc injectors. Probably should have gone bigger now, seeing that I am boosting it. I wasn't planning it first. We've got a custom radiator at the front. This is obviously going to get changed. Catch can setup from the valve cover to there. Fuel rail, fuel system. Under that is a fuel cell. Under the toolbox is a fuel cell. It's just covered because the almighty EB1 leaks. Yeah, but fair bit of stuff done to this now, which if you want to say, there is a whole build series that it's kind of dragged on in the description. It's running Haltech, bunch of stuff. Anyway, don't mind the very, but also stripped bay, wire tuck, all that good stuff. Don't worry, the very messy bay, and for some reason looking like blood all of a sudden in my bag. Wipe off the blood looking stuff because it's interesting. Don't know where that came from. Anyway, turbo. Don't know how I'm going to do this because you can't tack weld or weld anything to the bay, but essentially we're going to be mimicking the 6 boost manifold as much as possible, and issue bolt jumping. My camera's gone black. Is it still recording? Yes. Ready to mount on dish, something like that. Or that. So, I'm going to figure out how to bloody mock up where to put it. Probably weld the T3 flange onto the merge collector. Figure out where it's going to be sitting, and then start running tubes and tack welding. So as I was saying, I got a photo of the 6 boost one so I can kind of cross-reference just to kind of make something similar. Merge collector, thing over. I don't know if I should be like denting this or clamping this to make it closer to this. Probably should, but I don't think I am. But this needs to get tucked to this for first. So that this can sit on this, and then this can get jigged up to this with this on the cup. So I'm gonna clean these up, figure out my orientation so it's close enough to the 6 boost one, tuck it together, go to the car, start figuring out some bullshit. Right, try to get a bit better lighting, but attacked. I need a better camera. This thing, it just does not. But you won't be able to tell. Actually, look, they're pretty good tacks. Yeah, this camera is just too shit. It's not shit, it's just an action camera. But tacked, nice little tacks, which is good. First time welding mild with a TIG. Actually, a lot easier. It kind of just works pretty well. The tungsten's still nice and sharp and good, and that seems pretty solid. So I believe, since these are pre-cut, and if I don't have to cut them, I should be able to just tack it all together without filler, and then weld it when I need it. This, I can now weld all of it when I get filler, all the way around that, down the seams. And again, I think I'm gonna MIG weld this, especially the joins are kind of open in some places. Unless like I can tighten them up when I weld them, but I'll probably MIG weld these all the way around till the front here where you're gonna see it, and TIG weld these ones nicely so it looks pretty. But merge collector, tack together. So now I can bolt my turbo to that. We can bring it to the car, basically dummy where I need the turbo, bolt my flange on, and then, like I've been saying the whole time, get the bloody, well, obviously they're just going to sit on, get the photo of the 6 boost manifold and kind of replicate it, not replicate it to steal their system, because I've never done this before. I don't really know how I'm going to do it properly, just kind of use it as a reference to be able to get this to work. But yeah, I'm going to start tacking it together. Alright, so got the turbo mounted up, just 2 bolts, whatever I can find, just to temporarily hold it. Don't actually have any bolts for it properly. Probably end up tapping the flange so that it'll just be easy to get them in and out, so I don't need a bolt either side. But for now, for welding purposes and testing, we are bolted. So now I can go back test fit this in the car essentially to where I need to put it. I've got to figure out how to hold it, because like I say, I don't want to weld anything to the body to sort of temporarily hold it, because the body's all painted and stripped and fancy. Have I made the camera better? Ooh, it's clearer. Don't mind me. Yeah, just bloody get it starting to do something. Okay, so with some precision, shoved a pole in there. Got this clamped to just the front. The hood will clear because it's below the AN lines. Intake pipe can come straight off. Exhaust pipe can kick 45 and then straight up. Wastegate should hopefully be able to fit somewhere in there straight off the pipe. But that, I believe, is where she's going to go. So now, the first one, oh well, I've got to mount the, oh well, it's probably going to have to move. But that's right, now I know where it's gone. So the first one will be this one, obviously. It'll come down, I think a 45, a straight, and then a 90 up into it. And then I'll probably do the rear one, just so that it can hold there. I can take this off. And then, yeah, I guess I'll show you the process I'm gonna try to do. Obviously I won't be able to fully TIG it on the car, because I'm tight of room and all that. I could unbolt the front, like the power steering, but I think I'm just gonna put the pipe, mark the pipe, do the pipe. We'll find out. But that I think, is the placement of the turbo. Got the flange on, turbo back to where it needs to kind of be. We want 45 and a 90. So this one here, yeah. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but I think this is going to be like 45, the angle's down. And then off this one, it's going to be a 90, maybe a little bit more. Don't really know. And then basically measure between the two, and that's going to be a straight pipe. Something like that, I believe. So I'll probably mess around for a bit, figure something out and see what I come up with. So I don't have 100 hands. This is going to be hard. I got this little J pipe of 45 and this little one. This one's not perfect to size yet. It's kind of just roughed in. Also, I don't know if I'm doing this right. I wish I had those little like jig things, but I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just winging it. But anyway, that goes down onto that runner. This 45, I don't know how much you'll be able to see of this, but yep, goes on the top, and that little one should hopefully be able to join in there. So I'm going to take the turbo out now. I'm going to weld this to the merge collector. I got two little lines, and then kind of play around with this little one and the top one until I get it right, and then unbolt the flange, tack it all together, go to the back runner, run the back one, take off the turbo, keep running them. This is yeah, this is hard, I've discovered. It's fun but hard. So I got the first runner all fully tacked together. Looking pretty good. Dump can come off and back. It's surprisingly pretty solid for just tacked. It's holding. It's definitely tilted down a little bit, I've discovered, but I don't think I mind too much. Shouldn't matter. I could cut the tacks here, tilt it that way a bit, but then I don't know. Should be right. You'll never know unless you like get down to eye level. Ultimately, it's pretty good. So now can work on the back runner. I have no light, but that's one runner, we'll tack together. That's the second runner, all tacked together. I have a small gap on the back side. I don't know if you can see it, but I think I'll be able to tack, like weld it. Still don't know how I'm fully doing this, because obviously these can get cut off, welded, but it may just kind of weld it all into place like this. We'll have to bolt this to a head or a block or something just to be able to weld it properly so it doesn't warp. But we're getting there. I can now basically take off the turbo and just link all these pipes here. But I'm going to put it back in the car to kind of test fit it as it is, and that's two runners of the turbo manifold tacked together. Not bad. It's looking like something. And then yeah, this one can wrap, go to that. This one back here, that one wraps, goes to the other side. This one comes over and around, and the other one comes under and in. Look at that, happy days. Okay, don't mind everything, a bit of a mess. Let me just put on a glove. So, we got another one tacked up, another runner. I also got some welding rods under the helmet there. So, this one, somehow, goes in there. Obviously, sits in there properly. That one goes in there. So, firstly, I'm going to go through and weld all these ones. I'll be welding them in place. This may warp a bit, which, yeah, not ideal. But I need to weld these. I don't want to cut these off because if these move a bit, then this is fucked. I've got a spare cylinder head on the engine that I took out, which I will be taking off and bolting this to when I weld all the bottom. So hopefully this doesn't warp too much during this process. But since it's not welded here, there, anywhere in the middle, it should pull flat onto the engine, and then when I weld it, it should stay relatively straight. Then I'll need to like do some stuff to make sure, and worst case, if I'm not happy with it, there's a machine shop down the road which can just shoot. But before I tack this one on, I'm going to fully weld this up, weld this pipe off the manifold like I'll be doing with all the other ones, and then tacking this one on. So I'll try to get some footage of the actual welding, because yeah, but we've got essentially 3 runners all tacked and about to be welded. I gotta figure out that light a bit better, because when I'm here and I put the hood on, I can't see anything. So I'm gonna maybe try and move my light, figure something out first so I can see. Don't mind the mess of dirt bikes and shit. Well, I got more light. Jesus Lord. Anyway, I'm gonna start welding all this together. This is going to take a lot longer than I thought, but the camera is so shit, so annoying. But you will not be able to tell because the camera. Yeah, probably not. For my first ever TIG welds on steel pipe and all that goodness, all in all, I'm trying to see if I can bring it to life. I'm pretty impressed. I've got a lot. Oh, you still can't really tell. I need a better camera for this. But they actually came out pretty good. I'm happy with that. Yeah. Other than light where I dabbed a bit. But other than that, she's actually kind of pretty. So, now I just got to go through and do all of them. I didn't realise. Kind of did. I didn't. How long this really takes. And it's a bit of a struggle when it's in place. I can't just turn the pipe. I gotta like flip the whole manifold, put it in different angles and everything. But all in all, not bad. Let's keep going. Alright, we got 3 down. I'm gonna go through, keep welding, and then get back to you once all this is welded. I got the head because I don't know if you'll be able to see, oh yeah, I started to slightly warp it. So that's right, because I'm just gonna get the blowtorch, pump a bunch of heat into this, and then bolt it down so it just goes back to being straight. And then I can continue welding everything. But yesterday, I got all of this welded up. So then I gotta weld the whole merge collector inside and out. This one. And then I'll probably weld these 2 runners to the flange, because once I start adding more, it's just gonna stuff get in the way. Then wherever my other pipe's gone, this one I was talking about can get fully welded up. This one then can be fully welded up. And then I can just continue my way along and keep welding them. But now that we got the head, we're good. We got a turbo manifold. Kinda. Alright, I pumped a shit ton of heat with the blowtorch into it and then bolted it up. And we're now definitely unwarped. which is a good thing. I don't see any air through and it's tight. Oh, I lie. I see a tiny bit of air through this bit right there, but ultimately we should be relatively good. That this should stay straight. Once I sort of weld to it, I'm going to nip up the bolts again so it tries to pull it as much in. Then I can just like belt sand or flat paper. I'll figure something out once it's done. But that's relatively good. These are the normal bolts. For some reason, now the shaft is too long, so it didn't fit. So I found other bolts. They're all the same, which is good. But they're a little bit bigger. So, hopefully now as well, with them, I can get it where I need to have as much clearance as possible for the bolt, so I can get them on and off easier. And then when I buy brand new manifold bolts, I should be able to get it really good and nice. So, now I'm going to go through, finish welding all this, and I'll get back to you with more. Well, I'm out of gas. That's a stitch up, because I'm heavily broke, because my car buddy broke down a couple times and I barely worked this week. Shoot. I guess this video is getting delayed another week. But, this pipe, obviously you can see I ran out of gas. Yep, that's a bit just, yep. But this one was almost finished. All of this, whole merge collector, inside, out, top plate, all of this, other than to the actual flange, is welded. So I was making good progress before I ran out of gas. So yeah, I'm probably still gonna continue because I've got the MIG welder with flux core in it, and I can still make all the pipes and tack them together. And then once I get gas, I can just finish welding it all and done. It's annoying. All right, we are all tucked up and looking, honestly, pretty good. I've never made a turbo manifold before, like I said, and ultimately, I think it's coming out pretty sick. Obviously, I've only singly tacked like these pipes on each end, just so that once I get more gas, I can just cut them out, weld them all, put them back in. But it's coming along pretty sick. Obviously, I'm gonna have to add a wastegate and everything, but once I get it, I'll do that. Ooh, I'm stuck. Call that a turbo manifold. Although, I'm gonna take it off now, go test fit it on the car, to hope that this pipe, because it's lower than everything, actually clears the something in the car, because I know that it's close to the bloody engine mount, maybe? Yeah, I think it's, I don't know, but I'm gonna take it off and check. Okay. We're pretty much on. It looks pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. I am happy with how it's come out. Anyway, I do just hit one of the fins on the engine mount, which keeps the bottom just off. Not the end of the world. I'm probably just gonna trim back that fin, to be honest. I thought I was gonna clear it, but apparently not. But not bad. I'm gonna chuck the turbo on just to see what it looks like, but it looks good. Not bad at all. Happy days. So all we're hitting is slightly, just ever so slightly, this fin, because the tube sits just on the edge of it. So basically I'm just gonna trim this and she'll fit. I know it's probably not the most ideal thing in the world, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay, So, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see too well. It's dark. Anyway, probably gonna end the episode there. Manifolds all tucked together, ready to be welded. I now have dramas with my concentric slave cylinder in the FG, so the daily, which gets me to work. And I gotta dump a bit of money into that for the slave cylinder, for fucking spaces, for all that stuff. So I'm probably gonna be able to buy gas for a little bit now, which unfortunately isn't a priority, even though content is trying to be my priority. To do things. So I'm gonna end it here, and next video, probably I'll weld it up off camera, or maybe a little bit on camera next episode. Next video we got wastegate, the exhaust, which is just gonna dump out the hood, wastegate dump's gonna dump out the hood, intercooler stuff. Don't know how much of it will be in the next video, but yeah, making progress. Anyway, if you enjoy, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. We're trying to do things, and it will help. So hopefully we can go places with your help. Thanks for watching.